And Sri Lanka's story is shocking because even without government high-handedness, death in this pandemic has been exceptionally tragic. Let me ask you something. What is the one thing that humans most fear? It is dying alone. The virus from Wuhan has brought lonely deaths to more than 1 million people the world over without the solace of a final goodbye for loved ones. Here's a report.
"11 miles from Manhattan lies the largest mass grave in the United States. This is the HART Island, the final resting place for unclaimed dead bodies in New York. The island made international headlines in April, when the city announced that unclaimed victims of the Wuhan virus will be buried here. By the end of October, more than 2,000 New Yorkers had been buried on HART Island, more than double the numbers from last year. It's dreary business. There is no funeral service. Workers in hazmat outfits just bury the dead. Another cruel gift of the pandemic, the Wuhan virus has made grieving the loss of a loved one harder. With mass gatherings restricted in several parts of the globe, many end up grieving alone. In June, families in Brazil had only 10 minutes to say goodbye to their loved ones. Brazil has the world's second largest death toll in this pandemic. As of July, strict guidelines were in place for funerals. Social gatherings were banned. Open casket viewings were not allowed. In May, a cemetery in Sao Paulo was burying 60 bodies in a day, with families being given barely a few minutes to bid their loved ones goodbye.
They call us 5 by 5 to make 5 funerals in a row. We can't have a wake, we can't do anything. The body is transported here directly from the hospital. We can't even dress the deceased. We can't give him a proper burial.
Acho que o que me faz falta é poder abraçar ele.
What I miss is not being able to kiss him. Because I work in the health sector, I was afraid of catching something and passing it on to him, so I didn't kiss him anymore. We didn't touch each other. We kept our distance.
The Wuhan virus has affected burials and funerals too. In Egypt, families were stopped from carrying out the Islamic custom of bathing the body before the burial. In Mexico, wakes were denied to the deceased. And in India, large gatherings are banned. Many don't even get the solace of a final farewell. In Israel, some hospitals have built a glass booth for families to get a last glimpse of the deceased. Despite the restrictions, people have found new ways to show solidarity. Earlier this year in Ireland, Catholic parishioners lined up their cars on a road toward a cemetery. When an elderly resident died in Kerry, the vehicles stood 7 feet apart. And the parishioners paid their last respects from their cars. It has been almost a year since the pandemic began. Hospitals still remain inundated with patients. The death toll continues to rise, with the virus showing no signs of slowing down. The struggle to ensure dignity for the dead continues. Bureau Report, WION, World is One.
Thank you for watching Gravitas on WION's YouTube channel. If you want to stay up to date with what's happening around the world, then subscribe to our channel and don't forget to like and share. Thank you very much for watching WION, World is One.